Fiona Bruce didn't hide her disdain after a panelist on BBC's Question Time accused her and the other members in the discussion of having a huge amount of money in savings. Tensions flared as British YouTuber and former financial trader Gary Stevenson discussed who should plug the UK's huge debt, benefit claimants or billionaires. He said, "This is very frustrating for me. I've been screaming for 5 years that this is going to happen, that this situation was going to get worse and worse, which it has been doing. I was Citibank's #1 trader in the world in 2011, I got paid millions of pounds because I bet our economy would collapse because we wouldn't deal with growing inequality. Does anyone know what the total government deficit is since the beginning of COVID? It's £1 trillion now, which is £20,000 for every single adult in the country." Looking at the audience, he went on, "So if you're not £20,000 cash richer now, someone else has your money." Gary went on, "Does anyone know who has that £1 trillion? It is the richest people in the country." Growing irate, he pointed out to the audience and continued, "These people here are not £20,000 richer. I tell you who probably is, every single person on this panel." Looking annoyed by Gary's comments, Fiona raised her voice as she replied, "Hang on a minute, don't include us in all this. I don't know if you've seen the way the BBC works, but they're not exactly raising salaries by that much." It was a tense night on the show as Darren Jones, Chief Secretary to the Treasury, was criticised on the show by an audience member whose 18-year-old daughter is unable to work because of her disability. The father said, "I'm speaking as someone with a disabled daughter. She's 18 now. The cuts that you're all talking about, where is it going to come from? The rich? Or is it going to affect the poor? It's going to affect the poor. I say that because my daughter, who as I said is 18, heard in the news this week that these cuts are coming. How is that going to affect her? How is that going to affect everybody that suffers from those kinds of disabilities? Yet she's also heard that the MPs are going to get a 2.8% raise on their salaries. How does that justify? You're taking it from my daughter and you put it in your pocket." That's how she sees it. MPs are to receive an inflation-busting 2.8% pay rise this year, taking their wages to almost £94,000. The Independent Parliamentary Standards Authority, IPSA, set up in the wake of the 2009 expenses scandal, said the move would reflect the vital role of MPs. Mr. Jones said, "People that need help are going to get it in the system." But BBC presenter Fiona Bruce interjected to say he would be getting more money, but the audience member's daughter would be getting less. The man in the audience continued, "How is it that you can get a pay rise but it's going to be taken away from them? Mr. Jones, by the sounds of it, your daughter will continue to be supported and that's what the system is there to do."